Yeah, and welcome to papastache 102. So I get this comment a lot, and it goes something like this. Dude, I've been playing for insert time, and I am so bored of my own playing. I'm totally stuck in a rut. What do I do? This video is for you. It's one idea, and it's a guaranteed rut buster, and it works. So try it at the next jam session. I promise, if it doesn't work for like a month of like I'm not bored of my playing, at least an hour. If you're new to the channel, by all means spread the word, subscribe. If you like the video, share it. If you're here already and you're freaking in the club, you are awesome. And don't be afraid to tell your friends too, because the more the merrier. All right, let's learn the number one rut buster. All right, so check this out. A simple key to soloing and getting out of a rut is take the same bag of tricks you know and apply it a different way. Now, what I mean by that is, say our chord progression, we're doing like, right? Typical blues. Okay, I made it a little bit more rock and roll, right? But one of the things we can do is we get stuck. We're like, okay, that's an E jam. I can, mix E major and E minor over the top of that, and I got my bag of tricks, and I've played that for years, and I'm, to be honest, just completely bored with my own playing. What can I do? We're going to take your bag of licks that you know and love and are bored of, and do the exact same licks, but we're going to change and follow the keys of the chords that we're changing to. Let me give you an example. If our one lick is, right, I'm taking E minor pentatonic. I'm putting the major pentatonic notes in that scale. So I got minor third, major third, and then a little bend, right? A la kind of Chuck Berry or something, or blues. And I'm going to use that exact same riff. And I like to work with minor pentatonic and throwing the major notes on top of that, because minor pentatonic is really easy to find on the fly, because you just look for that note. Say you're in E, you look for the E note. Okay, there's position one. Switches to A. Oh, there's the A note. Right? G, A, B, right? And I've gotten through my whole progression. Now, the trick is, minor's not going to always sound good. I mean, it's very rock and roll. When you can add major to it, sounds freaking amazing. We've done a bunch of lessons on that on this channel. If you haven't seen those, totally check them out, because I think that is, to me, that was the rut buster. When I learned I could mix major and minor together and how to do it, I rarely get bored playing now, because it's like an endless field of diamonds. So anyways, we're going to take that one lick, and if our progressions, okay, I'm going to take that same riff. Now when I go to A, okay, so we've just followed the chords in their own keys. So, if we're in E, we play an E. If we're on an A chord, we play an A. And it's one of those things that you can do to make it more exciting. Now, those chord changes would have worked. I could have just played E or E major over that whole thing. Right? Right, and if I know my E minor or major pentatonic scale, right, and know how to see the chords all over the neck, it doesn't matter, right? I can play that one scale or mix the two together, and it's amazing. But a way to just make it kind of rock and roll and cool, again, follow the chords. That'll help spice it up. You can use the same lick over each chord. Change one note like I did, you know, or the way you do that specific phrase. Right, I changed it at the end. I did it twice, so, you know, so like, you know, keep it exciting. Change it a little bit. Right, so I'm doing some subtle variation of the lick. And then all right, if I go to the G. Right, and if you just take that basic theme and mix up a couple of the notes, it doesn't have to be the same lick. It can, you know, be the same idea, but therein lies the gold, because you can take a simple 4-note phrase. That means you don't have to be an incredible technician of a guitar player. You don't have to know a million scales. You're using one scale and you're moving it around on the neck, maybe one lick, and you're making sure that it fits in each key. So you got to know your notes up here so you can find position 1 minor pentatonic. And you can do that with almost any solo, especially in rock and roll. I mean, that is rock and roll, a lot of that. So work with that idea. It'll help spice things up. If you mix the two, really knowing how to solo, right? You really got one area wired. Then, you know, when the G comes, right? Just, and G to the A, just throw that in, right? It's cool. It follows the chords. It sounds cool. It's different. Totally rock and roll. Try it out. I promise. If only for an hour at your rehearsal, it'll make you feel a little bit better about your soloing.